Paradise is a location that is interwoven with hiking trails of various lengths and degrees of difficulty. Some lead to the tumbling waters of 65-foot-high Myrtle Falls. Others lead to scenic vistas, and some even take the hiker to the summit of Rainier itself. But all of them pass through what some consider the finest summer wildflower display in North America. In 1885, during her first visit to this location, Martha Longmire remarked that it looked just like paradise, and the name stuck. Visitors today usually can't disagree with Mrs. Longmire's description, especially if they arrive during July or early August, the height of the wildflower blooming period. The species here are not unlike those at Olympic National Park, about 100 miles away. Visitors who have traveled to both national parks are hard-pressed to pick which one puts on the better show. Dozens of species bloom, including favorites like avalanche lily and lupin, paintbrush and monkey flower, penstemon and shooting star. Many of the plants that have carved out an existence in the harsh conditions of the subalpine and alpine zones are quite fragile, and hikers are strongly encouraged to stay on maintained trails. Animals and birds are also attractions here. Tree dwellers like Clark's nutcracker and the gray jay are often seen here, as well as those that prefer to spend much of their time on the ground, like the chicken-sized sooty grouse. Keeping a watchful eye on her young chicks, the grouse is fairly tolerant of human beings, but only to a point. This family will never stray too far from the safety and cover of a nearby stand of trees. If you visit the Paradise area and are patient and attentive, you will likely be entertained by one or more of the park's 3 high-altitude animals: the Cascade golden-mantled ground squirrel, the hoary marmot, and the pika. All of these animals inhabit the mid and upper elevations of Mount Rainier, but none of them are found in Olympic National Park, only 100 miles away. The ground squirrel lives in a relatively narrow band of the Cascade Mountains that runs from southern Canada to Oregon's northern border. He sets up his home in a variety of locations, but is most often visible on rocky hillsides near the tree line. He has learned to associate people with food, so please avoid the temptation to feed him when he appears at the edge of a trail, looking as cute as a cartoon character. Potato chips, pretzels, and other salty snacks are not nearly as healthy as the lupins, huckleberries, and other natural foods that he finds in his environment. He is active only from mid-March to mid-August, and during this time can consume enough vegetation to more than double his weight. This ground squirrel might be mistaken for a chipmunk if it were not for his unstriped face and plump belly.